continue to follow breaking news at Carolina Place Mall. Reports of an active shooter. Multiple agencies now on scene. The mall has been evacuated, and they are going store by store in that huge mall looking for folks who still may be inside. It's a developing situation, and we have our Derek Dellinger out there right now.
Yeah, so we're going to go check in with Derek Dellinger right now on the scene. Derek, what's the update right now? Do you have any new information for us?
As far as what we got just in the past couple of minutes was that press conference from Pineville Police, basically updating on the situation out here right now. What we can tell you is that there were reports, multiple reports. In fact, they say there were about 12 to 18 reports of an active shooter. They got multiple calls into 911 about that a little bit earlier this evening. That resulted in the response you see right behind me right now. This is what it looks like. You know, you have Pineville Police, you have CMPD, you have the Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office, and I've also seen the North Carolina State Highway Patrol here in the past few minutes. I also see fire trucks as well as mall security out here as well. They are combing each and every square inch of this mall right now. You have to keep in mind, if you have never been to Carolina Place Mall, and even if you have, you probably are aware that this is a very large, sprawling mall. And as a result of it being this very large, sprawling mall, they have a lot of area that they have to cover. They say that they have covered some of the big stores so far. 3 stores they have specifically, like the JCPenney, which is where we are right now. They've also got those 2 other stores as well. They've cleared them specifically of any activity, of any people potentially left in the store, as well as that potential active shooter that they have been looking for as well. And that's a big question right now as far as what exactly they are looking for. They don't exactly know what they are looking for just yet because of the reports that they got. They had no witnesses, none of the people that called in apparently got a look at this active shooter if there was one, but they did hear the gunshots, and that is what led to this big response you see here right now. As a result of all those shots, the mall was evacuated. There is a reunification process happening right now with some of those people that were evacuated. But we were told a lot of people left some of their stuff in here, including some employees. They're going to be having to come back a little bit later on tonight here on Christmas Eve to actually get their stuff once this scene is all clear. But as you can see, this scene is not clear yet. There is a lot still happening here. They are combing, again, every square inch of this mall just to make sure that everyone, as far as the people that need to evacuate, have been evacuated, but also to see if there is an active shooter here in this area. The mall security helping out with the police response right now because they are the ones that can potentially help out this situation because they are aware of the nooks and crannies in each and every one of these areas here to make sure that this area is all safe and all clear. Rochelle and Lindsay.
You mentioned that reunification area, and we know that folks are being told to meet at Sam's parking lot on Carolina Pl Parkway. That's where police say if you had a loved one, a family member, a friend who's at the mall, and you want to reunite again, that's Sam's parking lot on Carolina Pl Parkway. And Derek, we know that this is Christmas Eve. The mall was full of shoppers. Yeah. Police also told us that there were some off-duty police who were working in the mall as well. What have you noticed? What have you seen? What have you witnessed since you've been on scene? You said it was very hectic. Are people still around? Have you seen any law enforcement armed, or is most of the investigation right now going on inside the mall?
It appears that most of the investigation right now is going on inside the store. We should mention, though, that if you are going to be anywhere around Carolina Place Mall, you're going to be seeing a lot of blue flashing lights because each and every one of these entrances right now, they are basically blocked off by police. And these are the entrances basically into the mall, not necessarily onto the mall property, but into the mall itself, because they are trying to comb this area just to make sure that everything is clear. They're having to comb a big area, and so it's going to take a little while for this to get all clear. Now, as far as what we have seen out here, it has been a relatively chaotic scene. They are saying that everything's kind of quietening down, yes, but when you see all these police out here, that sense it gives you a sense of chaos out here. You're trying to see all this activity that's happening out here, but at least according to police, they say that this is relatively calm compared to the way it was. And they did say that there is some calm right now in this. It's right now a matter of searching more than it is anything else for whatever happened here earlier this evening that resulted in the sound, at least, of gunshots being fired and all of those calls. Again, 12 to 18 calls that came into 911.
Yeah, and Derek, they did mention that they will have some surveillance video that they will have to go through as well. And we see a lot of police on scene behind you, but we also saw medics, some some other law enforcement vehicles going behind you as you were speaking. Are people coming or leaving? I mean, are more officers coming to the scene, or are people kind of scattering out and leaving the mall, or what's the deal with that?
We are starting to see some people leave, and I think the medic is here basically as a precaution, because police have made a point of saying that no one was injured in all this. There might have been a couple of frayed nerves more than anything else, and probably some nervousness at some point. But apparently, from what we've been told, no one has been transported so far, at least by medic, to any of the hospitals. Again, they're saying that it's the report of gunshots, but again, no injuries here, and that is actually probably the good thing. As a result of this, there have been no injuries reported, at least in this so far.
That definitely is the best news on this Christmas Eve, and we'll continue to update folks both on air and online. It's a developing situation. We know the mall has about 130 stores, and they said they are going to comb every one of those stores in every area right now. That's what they're doing, so it could take a while.